All right, so we are still in the chop zone, right in the middle of where all this volume is, with the 20-day point of control, the weekly VWAP, the 5-day point of control. So when you have a lot of volume like this from a bunch of sessions overlapping, we're likely going to have some chop. So what works best usually is shorts from the edge of the distribution back to the middle. You can see yesterday I mentioned this 64 low volume area, and it worked. The first time we tested it, we couldn't even get there, and then we saw some sellers, and then overnight again we briefly looked above it, tested that 70, and then came back to that 74.21 for a 20-point move. I mean a 50-point move. So remember yesterday I made that comment that I want to see us first test here and then make another leg lower, right? So far we got that. We found sellers in this area, and now we gotta see if we can complete this move and fill the gap. That there's no way to know what's going to happen, of course, until we see what the order flow is like. So far it seems like it's looking a little bearish, but you know, that 7400 strike, which is 7420 on ES, it's a big strike, is key at the moment. And if we stay below it, I'm gonna use the overnight low for as a reference. So if we hold below the overnight low, if we break it and hold below it, then I'm gonna be looking for a move to 73.95, which is this high volume node, and then from there see if we can continue lower. Every time we take one of these previous levels, I'm gonna turn on the evening sessions too to see if there's anything relevant here, but no. So every time we take one of these, I'm watching for a reaction to see if we do a look below and fail, right? That's what we've been seeing constantly in this market. So we have a spike from yesterday, right? This is a spike, and then it's a P-shaped profile, right? It's a bullish imbalance which should target around here. If we, you know, I'm not doing the math, but if you can see more or less, right? If you double that from the point of control to the low, you see that market is wanting to retest this session that was left here alone. But now if we start accepting inside the spike, which again I'm using the overnight low, there's a high chance that we see a move back through the spike, at least through half of it, which is where the 95 is, the monthly pivot. I mean the monthly VWAP, and then from there see if we can continue lower, and then go to our lower levels and finally fill that gap. So NQ is let me see, hold on a second. NQ, similar structure. Yesterday we had a P-shaped profile, so also looking for that overnight low. I'm probably gonna be watching both, right? If I see that ES breaks the overnight low but NQ is just holding above the, you know, at the high end of the range, I'm gonna wait to see both of them going down if I want to take a short, right? Because ES cannot go much lower if ES is if NQ is ripping, right? So keep that in mind. Crude, it went back to that 20-day point of control yesterday. Remember I mentioned if we break this area, we're gonna likely see this. We came back here and now we're back we're back above. So pretty volatile. And these highs are, I think, they're vulnerable. They're all close together at the top of the range. So I think we could see another move towards those highs. Gold is looking like it's starting to roll over, but it's still weak. So just watching it. And today we have PMI at 945. We have some Trump announcement at 11, and Kansas City Fed manufacturing at 11. Some 4-week bill auctions at 11:30. Fed speaking at 12:20, and then 10-year tips high yield at 1 p.m. Nvidia's earnings are out of the way. I think most earnings are already out of the way. So now next week we're probably gonna start seeing end of the month flows. I think, if I'm not mistaken, next week is it a holiday next week, or is it the week after? Yeah, so the 25th, so next Monday is Memorial Day, so I don't think there's markets. So we have a short week next week, and then end of the month flows. Alright, that's about it for today. Good luck.